Hello everyone, welcome to Forbidden God channel. Here today we're gonna talk about top best 5 player deck analysis of the weekend tournament of God Unchained occur on March 3rd, 2023. If you like the video, don't forget to add a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell to be notified of upcoming video release. The weekend tournament of God Unchained of March 3rd, 2023 is now over. Let's now show you the top best 5 player and their best deck they have played on last weekend tournament of God Unchained. Top best player number 5. Question mark, question mark, question mark. ID 1256423. In this video, you will have a lot of question mark, question mark, question mark player, but don't worry about that. Each ID will be a link of that profile player will be directly on that YouTube description. Don't worry about that. So that player have win on last weekend tournament, 15 match on last weekend tournament. The most played deck is Midrange Nature, 56 win, 25 lose, 69.1 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is $1,620.20 USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. The first legendary inside the deck, Kiro the Teacher, creature, 1/1, cost 1, regain 1. That's mean at the end of the turn, heal 1 health at the end of the turn. When enter the battlefield, randomly give +1/+1 to another of your creature. Give -1 durability to your opponent relic as well. That is a powerful card because you boost one of your creature on the field of +1/+1 and also give your opponent relic of -1 durability. Very powerful and useful for a -1 creature. Marshwalker, creature, 1/4, cost 1, regain 1. At the end of the turn, regain 1 health. That is the popular card I use on most of my nature deck, and is because it's a marsh walker, because it costs only 1 mana to have a 1/4 and have also a regain 1. So you want to boost that creature a lot of the time to make sure it's gain a highest strength and highest health. Pure Shell Beetle. Creature. 1/3. Cost 1. Regain 1. Creature damaged by this creature get burn +1. That means the burn +1 deal 1 damage at the end of turn before the regain. And the regain heal the number of regain he have. So if it's regain 1, he heal 1 at the end of the turn. That is after the burn. Black Jaguar. Creature 3/3. Cost 2. Confuse. 50% of attacking another valid target instead of your selected one, and also regain 1. So heal 1 health at the end of the turn. Pierce Shell Beetle and Black Jaguar with the Marshwalker is my 3 favorite creature in nature deck because those creatures cost not a lot of mana and they're powerful. Why? Because the Black Jaguar costs only 2 mana and is for 3 attack, 3 health, and regain 1. I don't care if you have Confuse. Fire Flame Blade. Relic. 1 attack, 4 durability. Cost 2. Blitz. Can attack a creature right away. Twin Strike. Can attack 2 times the same creature or 2 different creature. When enter the battlefield, target creature become confused. Most of the time you select an enemy creature, and if it's a big beast, you wish the 50% go with another selected target than is selected one. Second legendary creature. Finian Fruit Bearer. Creature. 2/2. Cost only 2. At the end of your turn, if you're frenzy, summon a 1 attack, 1 health vibrant fruit. When you how you become frenzy? You deal the first damage to the enemy god, and when you deal the first damage to the enemy god, you become frenzy. When you become frenzy, the vibrant fruit appear. When the vibrant fruit die, the strongest creature get +1 attack, +1 health. Very a powerful card for a legendary card to boost your creature with sacrificing a vibrant fruit and deal 1 damage to a creature. Underbrush Boar. Creature 3/3 cost 2 confuse at 50% to attack a valid target instead of your selected one. At the end of your turn, Underbrush Boar is summoned. Attack a random enemy creature. So the first time you summon it on the board, this creature at the end of the turn attack a random enemy creature. Very useful. Dagan the Dawn Wolf. Third legendary inside the deck. My favorite legendary inside the nature deck after the Avner the Grim Skull, this Grim Wolf. So Dagan the Dawn Wolf is a creature, 1/3, cost 3, Blitz, can attack a creature right away. Regain 2, that's meaning heal 2 health at the end of the turn. His ability is very powerful for a creature with Regain. Why? Because after a creature is ill, give +1/+1 to that creature. Is also a good combination with Forest Hard Triad, because the Forest Hard Triad, after a creature attack, heal 2. So that's mean the give +1/+1 is right away, not need to wait the end of the turn. Lightning Strike. Spell. Cost 3. Deal 6 damage to the strongest enemy creature. Is one of my favorite spells to deal damage to kill a creature. This one is to kill the strongest enemy creature faster. You also, I will also put the Canopy Barrage to deal 4 damage randomly to a random enemy creature to kill the aided creature. And I think I will also put the Aunt to deal 8 damage randomly split to all enemy creature. Those damage card is very popular for me, and I found it very powerful and useful in a lot of nature card. Nefarious Briar. Creature 3/4 cost 4 regain 1 at the end of the turn heal 1 health to this creature after burn. When enter the battlefield, you remove 4 durability from your opponent relic. That is a really powerful card to remove 4 durability from your opponent relic and destroy the relic faster. A card I'm sure was on in the deck, because this card is for boosting all white creature. Wildfire. Spell. Cost 4. Deal 1 damage to each enemy creature. So you deal 1 damage to all enemy creature, and after that you give +1/+1 and regain +1 to each friendly wild creature. So I think it's very powerful to have a wild deck. With wildfire, most of the card need to be wild. So in the case you boost your wild creature and give regain +1. That's mean if he's already regained, in a case he gain 1 health more at the end of the turn. And with Dagon the Down Wolf, if they don't have regain, they get it. And in that case, they heal it at the end of the turn and boost it. Very good combination with Dagon the Dawn Wolf, and very good for a wild deck. I suggest it to a lot of nature deck that contain a lot of wild creature. So when you have a lot of wild creature, I suggest to have Dagon the Dawn Wolf and have there the Grim Skull. The Grim Skull or the Grim Wolf. Fear Tree's Fury. Spell. Cost 5. Deal 1 damage to the weakest enemy creature. If there are no enemy creature, summon 1/1 Frosty Fruit. Repeat 4 more times. Very powerful, because the Frosty Fruit is a fruit that is 1/1 When it's dead, deal 1 damage to the weakest enemy creature, I think so. Veil Warden Minotaur. Creature 4/5. Cost 5. Afterlife. Ill you got for 3. Add random 7 mana cost wild creature to your hand. That's my favorite creature in nature deck also. Why? Because that wild creature ill you got for 3 when this creature die, but the most interesting fact is give you also a random 7 mana cost wild creature to your hand. So this one can be very powerful. Sudden Bloom. Spell. Cost 6. Give +4/+4 to a random friendly creature, and if you are frenzy, also give it plus overkill and twin strike. Sudden Bloom is one of my favorite nature card also in the deck of nature to boost a creature. Randomly, I don't care. Why? Because when you're frenzy, you give +4/+4 to a random creature, or when you have just one, you give it to this one, and also overkill and twin strike. So you kill very a lot of creature with overkill because the over damage is randomly split to all the enemy creature and enemy god. Twin strike can attack 2 times, two same creature or two different creature. And with the +4/+4, oh my gosh, you're in trouble. I suggest you maybe to have Sodom Bloom or Sip from the Spring. That's a card that boosts your weakest creature of +2/+2. But when you're frenzy, you regain 2 mana. So Sip from the Spring is one of the cards I suggest you maybe to put inside of the deck. What we have in neutral side. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6. Cost 2. Frontline. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from the void. That is an Anubian. It's not a WoW, but is a popular frontline in most of the art deck, top deck I mentioned in past 1 year, since November last year. I mentioned a lot of time Pyramid Warden in most of the top deck, so this card is popular and useful because 6 and 2 mana cost is very helpful to protect your health. Martyr of White Plain. Creature 2/2, cost 3, frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your hand and summon this creature with Soulless. That's mean when your Martyr of Wildland died the first time, you don't care. The first time a friendly creature die, that friendly creature go to your hand, the Martyr of Wildplane return to the board, and the next time the Martyr of Wildplane die is removed from the game. That is very powerful to help you. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature. 4/4. Cost 4. Item for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn, no, the enemy god cannot attack it, cannot target it with spell or ability for 1 turn only. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to the enemy creature you select. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, you draw a card. When enter the battlefield, you destroy an enemy creature with a strength of 3 or less. Blade of White Plane is one of my popular card that I found interesting to draw a card right away, because when you cast it, you kill the weaker creature, then you can draw a card right away. Alias the Eliminator, the fourth legendary inside the deck. Creature 6/6, cost 7. When enter the battlefield, draw a card. Give +1/+1 and ward to your other creature and remove sleep from them. Oh, that is interesting. So you summon like the tiny creature, but it costs seven cost mana cost. But it's really a good card versus White Finger because White Finger put your three strongest creatures sleeping. You put that card to counter it. And after that, you treat other creature gain +1/+1, remove sleep, and you draw a card, and you're ready to attack the enemy god right away to finish the game. That's interesting versus White Finger. Teriel the Fallen, creature, 6/9, cost 7. When into your battlefield, you dwell 3 Theoric Cultists. Dwells mean you choose one Theoric Cultist between 3 different Theoric Cultists with 3 different ability or war ability. 3 times you do it. You select 3 times one Theoric Cultist between 3 of them. Very powerful. The creator have 81 match, 69.1 percentage of win rate. The overall is on 98 match, 65.3 percentage of win rate. The power they use most of the time in the deck is mana cost 2, sell a mark. Deal 1 damage to a random enemy creature and heal your god for 1. Very powerful and useful. So now for the top best player number 5, that's interesting. So now let's see the top best player number 4. Top best player number 4, Team OCTO, Lenistar, ID 327616. That player has wins 15 match on last weekend tournament, last the top best player number 5. That player have most play deck. The most played deck is Control War, 133 wins, 67 lose, 66.5 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is $3,088.44 USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Savage Strike. Spell. Cost 1. Deal 1 damage to each creature. And power 2. When you click the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana, then deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. That means you can deal 3 damage to one creature and 1 damage to each other creature for 3 mana. Wolf Colt Vanguard. Creature 3/1 cost 2 Blitz can attack an enemy creature right away. Empire 2 click at the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana. Give Twin Strike and +2 health to this creature. Twin Strike make you attack one creature 2 times or can attack 2 different creatures with 2 health more. That's mean for 4 mana is a 3/3 will Blitz can attack 1 creature or 2 creature. Woodcutter Imp. First Winter Wonderland inside the deck. The most popular card in War deck for Winter Wonderland. That creature is a 3/3 that costs only 2 mana and is god Blitz, can attack the enemy god right away or can attack a creature right away. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. That is powerful and useful. An end to war. Spell. Cost 3. Pick one. Remove protected and ward from a creature, then deal 2 damage to it. Or obliterate a damaged creature. If you have 5 or more creature in your void, you do both. So when you have 5 more creature in your void, you remove protected and ward from a creature, then after that you deal 2 damage to it. So if it's not damaged, you become damaged, and you can remove it from the game with the other ability. That's powerful and useful for 3 mana cost. Devouring Blade. Relic, 4 attack, 1 durability, cost 4. God Blitz can attack the enemy god right away, or can attack a creature right away. Afterlife, destroy a random creature. Can be your creature or the enemy creature, so be careful with that card. Grand Owl, first legendary inside the deck. Creature, 2/5, cost 4. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other creature or your own god. This creature's structure cannot attack, but when it enters the battlefield, give +1 strength and leech to each other friendly creature on the board. That is powerful because give 1 strength, but also leech. The leech creature, all damage done by that creature is go to health as well to your god. Magic Missile Launcher. Relic, 3 attack, 2 durability, cost 4. Blitz, can attack the enemy creature 1 time. Afterlife, when this relic goes to the void, you deal 2 damage to 2 random creature and also heal your god for 4. Be careful, the 2 random creature can be your own creature. White for guard. Creature 5/4 cost 4 Frontline Empire 1. When you click at the top right corner of the card and pay 1 mana more, this creature gain protected. That's mean the first damage done by that on that creature is revoked. Frontline. The enemy god attack the frontline first before attacking any other creature and also your own god. Carnage Sweep. Real a spell. Cost 5. Deal 2 damage to all creature. If you have a relic equipped, remove 3 durability and destroy all creature instead. That Carnage Sweep is a good combination with Leviathan Hunter that summon a Barbed Hook when summoned at the first time in the battlefield. Soul Survivor. Spell. Cost 6. Give +3 strength to one of your creature, then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. This Soul Survivor is one of my popular card in War deck because it make one of your creatures stronger, kill all creature on the field, and deal damage to the enemy god after. Avatar of War. Second legendary inside the deck. Creature 8/8. Cost 8. Leech. The damage done by that creature return in health as well. When enter the battlefield, equip a 5 attack 2 durability sentient flame blade with God Blitz. Can attack the enemy god right away or attack a creature right away. And also, after you attack, heal your god for 5. Powerful and useful. Avatar of War, I think, is one very powerful, but I think it's also expensive. Anagireos Demon Prince. Creature. 12 attack, 7 health. Costs 9 mana. God Blitz. After this creature destroy another creature, you remove it from the game. When enter the battlefield, deal 6 damage to each enemy creature. That is awesome and powerful as well, because when enter the battlefield, you can wipe the board and remove it from the game. So versus Anubian deck or Zombie deck, you remove from the game the key creature and you're in the way to win the match. Leviathan Hunter. Creature 2/1. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, equip a 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you control another Viking, equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. That is useful just for summoning the one relic when it's cast for Carnage Sweep. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6, costs only 2 mana. Frontline. When an enemy god needs to attack you, you need to pass on the front line first before attacking you or your own creature. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from their void. That is a popular card in most of the top deck card I see or budget deck because that is the only good front line with 6 health and costs only 2 mana. The only bad effect is return one creature from the enemy void, but it's good because it's 6 health front line. Martyr of White Plane. Creature 2/2, cost 3, frontline. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your hand and summon this creature with Soulless. That is powerful for a frontline because when the frontline die, when a friendly creature die after, that friendly creature return on in your hand, and that frontline return back on the field, with removed from the game next time she die. Powerful Martyr of White Plane, and also popular in most of the decks since November 2022. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, draw a card. When enter the battlefield, draw an enemy creature with strength of 3 or less. That is a powerful card because once per turn, when you destroy a weaker creature enemy, you draw a card. When it's entered the battlefield, you destroy the weaker enemy creature and you draw a card right away. That is awesome and powerful. Demo Gargan and Tyrael the Fallen, those two cards is the most popular card in God Unchained, cannot be minted anymore, and this is the most expensive card in God Unchained. Demo Gargan, creature, 4/6, cost 7, leech. When the damage done by that creature return in health as well. After the At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to a random sleeping enemy creature, and when into the battlefield, all other creatures go to sleep, including yours. Powerful and useful. Teriel the Fallen, creature, 6/9, cost 7, the fourth legendary in Sad's deck. When enter the battlefield, you dwell between 3 Theoric cultists. You 12 3 difficulties. That means you select 3 times between 3 different difficulties ability. So you select one difficulties 3 times between 3 different ability. Powerful. The creator at 200 match, 66.5% of win rate. The overall is 275 match, 65.1% of win rate. The top best player, number 4. I've used Power Slayer most of the time. The most popular power in war. Deal 2 damage to your opponent god and cost 2 mana only. So that's the end of the top best player number 4. So now let's see about the top best player number 5. Number 3. Sorry. Top best player number 3. Angry Ipo. ID 711369. That player also win 15 match on last weekend tournament. The most played deck is Aggro Deception, 21 win, 9 lose, 70 percentage of win rate. The cost of the deck is the lowest deck cost I found in that top best player is a budget deck near it. Because the cost of the deck, like you can see, is $397.21 USD. Let's see what we have inside the deck. Dark Knife. Spell. Cost 1. Give +3 strength to a friendly creature. That is a popular card in Deception deck, and also popular and useful because you boost a creature of 3 strength. Makeshift Chief. Relic. 1 attack, 5 durability. Cost 1. God Blitz can attack the enemy god or an enemy creature or flank right away. So flank, the first creature attack the front line without flank, make all flank able to attack over the front line and the enemy god right away. So in the case it doesn't care about the front line. Patient Pickpocket. Creature 1/3. Cost 1. Flank. Order 3. That means it's not cannot attack or use for 3 turn, but can be targeted by spell. After this creature order reach 0, add a copy of a random card in your opponent and to your hand. That means you copy a card from your opponent and to your hand. That is powerful and useful for a deception deck. Selfless Guildmate. Creature 1/1. Cost 1. When enter the battlefield, give 2 strength to another friendly guild creature. So like you can see, is a deck with a lot of guild creatures. So it's a guild deck, most of it. That is cool and powerful. Stone Skin Poison. Spell. Cost 1. Give order +3 and burn +2 to a creature. The creature with order cannot attack or use ability. The burn +2 make 2 damage at the end of the turn before regain to the creature with burn. Switch Duelist. Creature 3 attack, 1 health. Cost 1. Item for 1 turn. So for 1 turn cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the end of each turn, swap this creature's strength and health. That means at the opponent turn is 3 health and 1 attack. At your turn is 3 attack, 1 health. That is interesting and powerful. Armor Lurker. Creature 3/1. Cost 2. Item is item forever until is attacked the first time. The item make it untargeted, cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. Armor 2 is damage reduction of 2. After this creature lose item, so when it's attacked 1 time, remove 1 armor from it. So the first time is attack, you have 2 armor, second time you have 1 armor. Assassin's Aim. Spell. Cost 2. Give 3 attack and -1 health to a friendly creature. At the end of your turn, you give it Ident as well. That is powerful. Not good for Armor Lurker or Duelist because it's -1 health, but it's powerful and useful for some other creature you have inside of the deck. And also give Ident to the creatures who cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack at the end of the turn. So for a 3 strength gaining and 1 health less is very useful and powerful. Check down. Spell. Cost 2. Draw a card. If you control the creature with the most strength, you draw another card. Wow, that's interesting. Because when you need to draw a card with Deception, that's interesting. You can draw 2 cards for 2 mana cost. That's powerful. Umber Arrow. Spell. Cost 2. Gain control of an enemy creature with strength or 2 or less until end of turn. When you do that, try to attack the enemy creature with it to kill the creature you control. First legendary inside the deck. Lady Marcella. Creature 3/3. Cost 3. When enter the battlefield, summon a 2 rogue Skulker with Deadly. Afterlife. Summon 2 rogue Skulker with Deadly for your opponent. That can be interesting and useful because you have 2 Deadly in your side first. So that is the first legendary. Mary Keeper of the Many. Second legendary inside the deck. Creature. 2 strength, 3 health. Cost 3. Iden. The first is Iden until is attacking the first time. Iden make it not targeted by spell, ability, or attack. After a friendly creature attack the opponent god, set this creature's strength to that creature's strength. So what you do, you boost the creature first to strength and attack the enemy god. After that, may Keeper of the Many gain the strength of that creature. That's powerful. Avatar of Deception. Third legendary in South deck. Creature. 4/4. Cost 4. Iden. That's make it not targeted by spell, ability, or attack until it's attacked. When enter the battlefield, a random enemy creature become confused and go to sleep. So the creature cannot attack the first time you cast the Avatar of Deception. Lokian Disciple, the fourth legendary inside the deck. Creature, 4/4, cost 4, Iden, cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack until it is attacked. Characters: the mage, by this creature, gains sleep. So you attack the enemy god go to sleep. You attack a creature, that creature go to sleep. That is interesting, a sleeping deck. Pietro Mary Bandit, the fifth legendary inside the deck. Creature, 1/1, costs only 4. When enter the battlefield, you summon 2 random 1 mana war creature, then you give Iden for to each friendly creature. So that's powerful because you re-put all creature on the board Iden. Shade Walker. Creature. 4/3. Cost 4. Iden. Is Iden until is attacked. So cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack. At the end of your turn, this creature gain 1 strength. That is my favorite deception card because it is Iden and gain 1 strength each end turn. Encumber Looter. Creature. 2/1. Cost 2. Iden for 1 turn. So cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack for 1 turn. When it's dead, remove is go to the void, you draw a card. Pyramid Warden. Creature. 2/6. Cost 2. Frontline. That creature after life. Your opponent summon a random creature from the void. Like you can see is inside of all my top best player, Pyramid Warden. Very popular in most frontline, 6 health, cost 2 mana, interesting, and you need to put it a lot of time. Feral Shapeshifter. Creature. 4/4. Cost 4. Item for 1 turn. That means cannot be targeted by spell, ability, or attack for 1 turn. When enter the battlefield, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature. So you select a creature and you deal 1 damage. The power used is Offero Distraction. Cost 2 mana and deal 1 damage to a creature and give it item until the end of turn. That is very useful because when the enemy put a front line, you have 1 front line on it, deal 1 damage on it, give item, use overpass the front line and attack the enemy god. The creator have The creator and the overall is the same thing, 30 match and 70 percentage of win rate. That is very interesting for the top best player number 3. So now let's see the top best player number 2. Top best player number 2, like you can see, is question mark, question mark, question mark. ID 2197449. That player now I've won 16 match on last weekend tournament. The most played deck is Control War 107 win, 39 lose, 73.3% of win rate. The cost of the deck is $3,111.48 USD. Let's see what we have inside of the deck. Savage Strike. Spell. Cost 1. Deal 1 damage to each creature. Empower 2. Then deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. Like I mentioned to you earlier, you pay 2 mana more at the top right corner of the card, and you click it. You pay 3 mana, and you deal 3 damage to one creature, and also 1 damage to each other creature. Very powerful. Wolfcoat Vanguard. Creature. 3/1. Cost 2. Blitz. An enemy can attack an enemy creature right away when enter the battlefield. Empower 2. Give Twin Strike and 2L to this creature. That creature, click on the top right corner of the card, pay 2 more mana, can attack 2 different creature or 1 creature 2 times, and also gain 2 health. Like you can see, Savage Strike, Cold Vanguard is too popular card in most top best player deck. When you pay 4 mana, you gain a creature that is a 3/3, Twin Strike, and also Blitz. Powerful. Woodcutter Imp. First Winter Wonderland in South deck. The most popular card of Winter Wonderland. Creature. 3/3. Cost 2. God Blitz. You attack the enemy god right away, or you can attack a creature right away. After this creature attack, your god take damage equal to the damage dealt. That is powerful. You boost that creature, you deal more damage to you, but you kill the enemy god first. And end to war. Spell. Cost 3. Pick one. Remove protected and ward from a creature, then deal 2 damage to it. Or obliterate a damaged creature. If you have 5 or more creatures on your board, you do both. That is powerful because when you have a big beast of 6 health, example, and is full health, you remove from the protected and ward, deal 2 damage to it, and you remove it from the game after if you have 5 or more creatures on your board. For 3 mana cost, that is awesome. And like I can tell you, for the top best player war deck, Woodcutter Imp and End to War become also popular like Savage Strike and Wolfcoat Vanguard. Devouring Blade, Relic, 4 attack, 1 durability, cost 4. God Blitz can attack the enemy god right away or an enemy creature right away. When that relic goes to the void, you destroy a random creature. Can be your creature or can be the enemy creature. Be careful and technique with them. So no creature on your side, you do it, you attack, you kill creature on enemy side. Grand Owl, first legendary in Sab's deck. Creature 2/5 cost 4. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. That structure cannot attack, but it gives 1 strength and leech to each other friendly creature as well. That means all other creatures on the board gain 1 strength and leech. Leech, all damage done by a leech creature is heal your god by that number of damage. Magic Missile Launcher. Relic. 3 attack, 2 durability. Cost 4. Blitz. Can attack the enemy creature right away. Afterlife. When that relic goes to the void, deal 2 damage to 2 random creatures. Can be your creatures or another creatures. And after that, you heal your god for 4. interesting for alien you got. White 4 guard. Creature. 5/4. Cost 4. Frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other creature. Empower 1. When pay 1 mana more, clicking at the top right corner of the card, this creature gain protected. The first damage done on that creature is revoked. So what I can tell you, White Fur Guard is also a popular card in the war deck because most of the player I talk about it, they tell me to use White Fur Guard in war deck. Carnage Sweep. Spell. Cost 5. Deal 2 damage to all creature. If you have a relic equipped, you remove 3 durability on it, and you destroy all creature instead. That is interesting and powerful because Carnage Sweep can destroy all creature in combination with Leviathan Hunter, because Leviathan Hunter put a relic when enter the battlefield in your hand on the board. Soul Survivor. Spell. Cost 6. Give 3 strength to one of your creature, then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. That is a powerful, popular card for me and most of the top best player because Soul Survivor boosts a creature of 3 strength and also deal damage of its strength to all other creature including yours. So you wipe the board and you attack the enemy god right away. Avatar of War. Second legendary in Sav's deck. Creature 8/8, cost 8. Leech. The damage done by that creature is returned in health as well after damage the creature. War. When enter the battlefield, equip a 5 attack 2 durability sentient flame blade with God Blitz. Can attack the enemy god or the creature right away. And after you attack, you heal also your god for 5. That is interesting. In the neutral side, you have Leviathan Hunter. Creature 2/1, cost 1. When enter the battlefield, equip a 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you control another Viking, equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. That is powerful combination with counter sweep. When you have 6 mana, you cast Leviathan Hunter, counter sweep, and you wipe the board. Encumber Looter. Creature 2/1. Cost 2. Item for 1 turn. Last means for 1 turn cannot be attacked by spell, ability, or attack. And when it's dead, you draw a card. Pyramid Warden. Creature 2/6. Cost 2. Frontline. Afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from the void. Frontline, the enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any of your creature or your own god. The most popular card, like I mentioned to you in this video, in 4 deck completely at the moment, Pyramid Warden is always there because 6 and costs only 2 mana is very useful. Martyr of White Plain. Creature 2/2. Cost 3. Frontline. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your hand, and summon this creature with Sulas. That is powerful in this deck also, because you have a front line. The enemy god needs to attack the front line first before attacking any other creature or your own god. And also, when this front line die, another friendly creature die, that friendly creature return to your hand, and that front line return to the board. With Soulless as being removed from the game the next time it's dead. Martyr of White Plane is also a popular card in most of the top best player I see, like you can see in this video, is in all deck. Also Blade of White Plane. Blade of White Plane. Creature 3/3. Cost 5. Once per turn, after a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, you draw a card. When enter the battlefield, you destroy an enemy creature with strength or 3 or less. That is interesting and powerful because it destroys an enemy creature with strength or 3 or less. Demogorgon. Creature. 4/6. Cost 7. Leech. The damage done by that creature is returned in health. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to a random sleeping enemy creature and enter the battlefield. All other creatures go to sleep, including yours. That is a very popular card in neutral as well, but is the most expensive card, and no more card is available to mint for the Demogorgon. Teriel the Fallen, creature, 6/9, cost 7. When enter the battlefield, you dwell 3 Terrific Cultists. That means you select 3 times between 3 Terrific Cultists with 3 different ability 3 times. Powerful and useful. That also not mintable anymore, and also the most expensive card in God Unchained. The powers used on that deck is Volcast Presents to have a creature summoned each time you need. Cost 2 mana and summon a 1/1 Raider. The creator have 146 match, 73.3% of win rate. The overall is 242 match, 69% of win rate. So that's interesting for the top best player number 2. So now let's talk about the top best player number 1. Top best player number 1. Question mark, question mark, question mark. ID 2197449. That player also wins 16 match on last weekend tournament. The most played deck, like you can see, is Control War. 107 win, 39 lose, 73.3% of win rate. The cost of the deck is $3,118.33 USD. And what I see on that deck is really a powerful deck, all repetitive, is all the same deck than the top best player number 2. I will pass it with you all card one by one, but all that card inside of that war deck is all mentioned one time already in all deck in the one in the war deck. Maybe the Morgorgon was the only one that is changing. But all card was inside of all deck and war deck. And what I can tell you is this deck is the same is the most used deck in this last weekend tournament. So now let's see the first card. Savage Strike. Spell. Cost 1. Deal 1 damage to each creature, and power 2. Then deal 2 damage to an enemy creature. So when you click at the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana, so for a total of 3 mana, you deal 3 damage to one creature and 1 damage to each other creature. Very powerful and useful. Wolfcourt Vanguard. Creature. 3/1. Cost 2. Blitz. Can attack an enemy creature right away. And power 2. When you click at the top right corner of the card and pay 2 more mana, you give Twin Strike. Can attack 2 creature or 1 creature 2 times. And also 2 elves. That's mean for 4 mana you have a 3/3 Blitz Twin Strike. Woodcutter Imp. The most popular card inside of Winter Wonderland. Creature 3/3 costs only 2 mana for a God Blitz creature that lets you attack the enemy god right away or an enemy creature right away. But the only bad side effect is after this creature attack, you gotta take damage equal to the damage dealt. But that is, I don't care, because it's God Blitz and costs only 2 mana for its effect is so powerful. An end to war. Spell. Cost 3. Pick one. Remove protected and war from a creature, then deal 2 damage to it. or you obliterated that damaged creature. If you have 5 or more creatures in your board, you do both. That spell is very powerful because when you have 5 or more creatures in your void, you do both effect. That means when you have a fully big beast, you remove protected and ward on it, deal 2 damage to it, and you can remove it from the game because it's damaged. Powerful. Devouring Blade. Relic. 4 attack, 1 durability. Cost 4. God Blitz. Can attack the enemy god or the enemy creature right away. Afterlife. When this relic goes to the void, you destroy a random creature. Can be your creature or the enemy creature. So be careful. The tips I suggest you to play with that card. You play it when you don't have a creature on your side and you attack the enemy god to kill one creature on the enemy side. Or, if you have 2 creatures on the enemy side, you attack one creature to destroy the other creature. Grand All, first legendary in Sav's deck. Creature, 2/5, cost 4, frontline. The enemy god needs to attack the frontline first before attacking any other creature on your board in your side, and also your god. This creature cannot attack, but when enter the battlefield, it gives 1 strength and also leech to all other friendly creature on the board. So that is powerful because you can regain health with the number of damage done by those creatures with leech. Magic Missile Launcher. Relic. 3 attack, 2 durability. Cost 4. Blitz. Afterlife. Deal 2 damage to 2 random creature and also heal your god for 4. That is powerful because it can attack an enemy creature when enter the battlefield, and when the relic goes to the void, you deal 2 damage to 2 random creature. Be careful, can be your own creature as well. But the most interesting fact is ill you got for 4. White 4 guard. Creature. 5/4. Cost 4. Frontline. Empire 1. Click at the top right corner of the card and pay 1 mana more. This creature gain front protected. Frontline. You know what you mean. The enemy god need to attack the frontline first before attacking any other of your creature or your own god. When you pay 1 mana more, so for 5 mana, this creature gain protected. So the first damage done on that creature is revoked. Most of the player I see on my side suggest me to use that card white for a guard because it's very popular and useful for 5 mana cost protected and frontline. That is killer. Very useful. Carnage Sweep. Spell. Cost 5. Deal 2 damage to all creature. If you have a relic equipped, remove 3 durability and destroy all creature instead. When you have 6 mana and you have Leviathan Hunter, you do a combo. You play that Leviathan Hunter, that is a creature 2/1 that costs 1. When enter the battlefield, equip 1 attack, 1 durability barbed hook. If you control another Viking, equip a 1 attack, 2 durability barbed hook instead. So you summon that creature to have your first relic, you do counter sweep, and you wipe the board. Soul Survivor. Spell. Cost 6. Give 3 strength to one of your creature, then deal its strength as damage to each other creature. So when you have one creature remaining on the board and the big beast is there, you boost your creature, you wipe the board, and you kill the enemy god. That can be useful, but most of the people player try to not let you have a creature on the board because they know you have Soul Survivor maybe. Avatar of War. Creature. 8/8. Cost 8. Leech. When enter the battlefield, equip a 5 attack, 2 durability sentient flame blade with God Blitz, and after you attack, Ill you got for 5. The God Blitz, you know, is attack the enemy god right away or an enemy creature right away. The most interesting fact with that second legendary card is that it is a 8/8 that costs 8 and equip a relic for you. Leviathan Hunter, I talked to you before. Encumber Looter, creature, 2/1, cost 2, island for 1 turn. That's mean for 1 turn cannot be attack or receive targeted spell or ability for 1 turn only. Afterlife, when it's dead, you draw a card. Pyramid Warden, creature, 2/6, cost 2, frontline, afterlife. Your opponent summon a random creature from the board. That is my most popular card inside of that video. We have seen it in all deck this video because Pyramid Warden is the most interesting frontline that have 6L and costs only 2 mana. Martyr of White Plain, creature, 2/2, cost 3, frontline. While this creature is in your void, after a friendly creature die, pull it to your end and summon this creature with Soulless. That is powerful because it's a frontline, so you're sure it will die first. And when is your friendly creature die after, the friendly creature return to your end, and that front line return back on the field with Soulless. That's mean removed from the game the next time is dead. Another card that we see in all deck in that video. Martyr of White Plain. Blade of White Plain, creature, 3/3, cost 5, earns per turn. After a weaker enemy creature is destroyed, you draw a card. When enter the battlefield, you destroy an enemy creature with strength or 3 or less. That is powerful because you can draw your second card with killing the weaker enemy creature when it enters the battlefield. Another card is popular in all deck in this video. Demogorgon, creature, 4/6, cost 7, leech. At the end of your turn, deal 3 damage to a random sleeping enemy creature. When enter the battlefield, all other creatures go to sleep. Be careful, your creature can go to sleep, so attack with those creatures first. Leech, all damage done by that creature is heal your god as well. And Demogorgon is a card that is no more mintable and is the most expensive card in God Unchained. Teriel the Fallen, creature, 6/9, cost 7. When enter the battlefield, you develop 3 terrific cultists. That's mean you select 3 times between 3 different Terric cultists with 3 different ability. You select one of them 3 times like this. Powerful. And like I mentioned, like Demogorgon, Teriel the Fallen is the more mintable and is the most expensive card inside of the God Unchained. The power most used, I think, is a control war, but the power used is Vel'Kas Presents, costs 2 mana, to give you a chance to have a creature on the board most of the time. Is summon a 1 attack 1 elf Wagner Rider. Creator. Match. 146 match. 73.2% of win rate. The overall is on 242 match and is 69% of win rate. So the top best player number 1 is equal with the top best player number 2. So now let's go with the conclusion. Thank you for watching Forbidden God channel. I wish you have learned a very interesting fact about the top best player number 1 and top best player number 2. Those two player is ranked player number 1 for the last weekend tournament. The top best player number 3, 4, and 5. Those is ranked player number 2 of last weekend tournament, and more ranked player number 2 is there on the last weekend tournament. So now, if you like the video, Don't forget to add a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and click the bell to be notified of upcoming video release. So stay tuned and see ya on the next video coming soon. 5 budget deck for the next weekend tournament of God Unchained. So see you on the next video. Thank you.